Now, if if you are a foreigner or a black American or another foreigner who has come to Kenya, there's some things you are not supposed to do. And if you don't listen to this, then one day you'll tell me I was right. So listen. The first one is starting real estate business. This one, I'll tell you one day you'll be disappointed. You might be genuine, you might be having cash, but if you start this business alone, you realize that it is not one of the best businesses to do. You know, companies, Kenyan companies, which started this business, most of them have closed down. It's because people in this industry are not honest. You'll buy land from someone. Once you buy, after a few days, you realize that it was not owned by that person. There is a lot that happens in this industry. You might even do your search in the lands ministry and realize that it is genuine. But once you buy, that's when the real owner comes. Or you buy ancestral land which you want to subdivide and sell. Later on, you realize that the family takes you to court and you have court cases. Also, buying real estate, for example, property, you want to buy apartment, it is very difficult to get a genuine one unless you buy from those multinational companies. And if you buy in collaboration with a local, they might end up taking that that house. That's the first thing you should not do. It's better you do another business rather than doing real estate. The second thing you should not do is being involved in street fights. If you are very careful, you have been in Nairobi CBD, any estate in Nairobi, it is very, very hard to see Kenyans fighting. Even in clubs, fighting is not common. The way Kenyans fight is not the way you are used to, especially in America where people fight, settle the fights in streets. It's not the case, not the case here. You start a fight, you beat someone, and then you say, I've won the fight. The person will not retaliate. He'll go. He'll quietly go and leave you to celebrate. And then they will come when you are least prepared. They'll wait until you forget. That is when they come. So after maybe 3 months, they'll come with a weapon. Or in a fight, a street fight, someone will come and engage you. Then you start a fight. You realize that this person has got a gun. They come in numbers. And you know, a fight in Kenya, people don't fight and they leave you alive. It's very difficult. So be very careful. If you are, if somebody angers you, you either go you just move away, go, or you solve it diplomatically. So that is another thing you should not do. A fight. There's also another thing I've seen. In Kenya, Kenyans, if you look at them, they are very reserved. And most of them appear to be very good people. Now that is good and it's correct, they are good people. But once you arrive in Kenya, don't be quick to create friendship with Kenyans, with the locals. You create friendship from a distance. not to invite them in your house anyhow to celebrate. Most of them are the thieves, or some of them. Somebody can come as your good friend, and you cannot even know that it's a thief or a con man. So what you do, if you are meeting, meet them in clubs, meet them outside there. Don't take them in your home. If you are, for example, you have come from USA, you are a black American, look for other black Americans and befriend them. The locals, you can only befriend those guys who are rich, who are wealthy. They behave somehow well. But these other people, it is very difficult to trust them. Another thing which you should not do in Kenya, if you are driving and a police officer tells you to stop, you must stop. And once they get there's an issue with your vehicle, the way you are driving, don't do so much argument and threatening them that will take them to court. No, you are going to mess. The police officers in Kenya require that you solve that diplomatically. Then don't wait to be taken to court. So if they request for maybe 2,000 shillings, give them and go. They're peaceful people. They're not violent. So just engage them and don't think that you're superior. Those people can even plant cocaine in your car. Now, you cannot escape that. So once they stop you, just politely tell them what they want, what, and you solve them. They are not bad people. And what they request is not much. Yeah, that is another thing you should avoid. Another thing is when you come, don't go to those estates where most people are poor. You know, those estates you find security. Of course, outside you can walk freely, but when you buy expensive things to your house and they realize you are a foreigner and you have expensive things, they will just give you some time, and then one day someone will break into your house and they steal everything. So when you come, there are some estates you should not live, especially where you pay below $300 per month. Those estates, avoid them. Avoid them. That's why they are cheap. You cannot leave your house in peace. You'll come one day and find that it was broken into and they stole everything. Go to estates like in Kilimani, Kileleshwa, Runda, Lavington. Those where you pay at least $700 or $600 per month. So that is one thing you should avoid as a foreigner. Another thing is eating meat. This street meat which is being sold in streets. Where I told you you pay something like $1, 50 cents, or Kenyan shilling, 50 shillings. Buying samosa or meat is not a wise decision. If you are going to buy something in the street, buy something like you can buy eggs. Eggs are not bad. You can buy something like let's say peanuts. They're not bad. Don't buy water, bottled water in the streets. Don't buy that. You'll regret one day. If you buy meat, you realize that meat which is being sold there, Some of those people sell meat which is from dog, from cat, from donkey, and in some cases it's not fresh. Even buying roasted maize can be problematic. You find that roasted maize which you are buying, someone is using bare hands to roast those maize, and when you take it, you start getting problems with your stomach because those hands are never washed. You see around, you look around, there's no water. So that is one of the problems of buying street foods. But there are some foods which are good. For example, if you buy for example, egg, you know, it's well covered. You just go there, you crush, you eat. It doesn't have any issues. Samosa, most of it is prepared from meat which is boiled, cat meat, dog meat. Sometimes it's genuine, it can be any beef meat, but most of it is not good. So that is another thing you should avoid. You also have joining these groups of wash and conmen. You can easily be join that group. You know, in Kenya you can easily escape being jailed. You can buy your freedom, but in some cases it might be very costly. You might end up using all your fortune. So it's better to do genuine business in Kenya. Nobody should convince you to use shortcuts, because at the end of the day they might be very costly. You might take money from a rich person and you end up being killed. That's one thing you should avoid completely. Another thing is, when walking, you have to be very careful, especially in Nairobi CBD. Don't walk while talking on phone. Or when you are in a matatu, you are talking on phone and the window is open, or even in a taxi. You have to be very careful, because that is where the thieves will come and they will target you. So that's another thing you should do. Obviously, there's also another one where you should not show your M-Pesa PIN to anyone. That one I think you know. So basically those are the things you should do. And the last one is buying things online. Don't buy things online through individuals. If you want to buy things, go to the malls or the shops. You want to buy a fridge, this is not USA where people are genuine. Someone will indicate the fridge is 100,000. They tell you pay half of it, will deliver in 3 hours. Then once you pay, they disappear. You will never see them. Or if you want to buy online, buy from these established companies like Jumia. They can deliver to you. Or if you want food to be delivered to you, buy through these established companies, which are multinationals. That one is okay for you. So basically, if you are a Black American, Kenya is a good country, but there are some things you should avoid doing in the country.